points at y'all.
All right, we are live. What's going on, y'all? This is BMOC. You're now tuned into BMOC.TV. Tonight, this is Dirty Money tonight, right? Dirty Money, y'all remember that? Dirty Money. We got the lovely co-host here, Donita. Say what's up to the people.
Hello, beautiful people. What's going on? How you doing?
Got that HD popping. It's HD definition on the phone. What's up? I love it. I love it. Jamie, say what's up to the people.
Hey, y'all. Hey. What's happening? It's been a long time, but I'm back and I'm ready.
Don't vote Jamie off the island.
Please don't. I love you guys so much. Just hear me out, okay? Give a sister a chance.
Hear her out. All right, so today is a special episode. We usually do Sundays, man, but we had to touch on the Soul Train Music Awards, pause, because it's just been all over the timeline. I can't escape it. So I wanted to just give our thoughts on what we thought about it. I didn't see it actually live because I was doing the Culture episode of the Billboard's Top MCs. Check that out after this. But I got to DVR it, and I have so many thoughts, so many opinions. Where should we start? Should we start from the beginning to the end?
Yes, let's start from the beginning. Yeah, start from the beginning.
Okay, so the first thing we have is Miss Erykah Badu. Yeah. Great host, by the way.
Yes.
I would have never thought. What do you feel about her as a host, Donita? How did she do?
She was fantastic. She was funny. She was personable. She was really good. She connected with the audience. She looked great on television. That probably was the most amount of airtime I've ever seen her in, to be honest with you. Besides,
she was going too.
Yeah, but I mean, besides going to a concert, that's the most I've ever seen her on TV. So that was, it was excellent. I think she did a really good job.
BT-centric, BT or centric, I don't know. It confuses me. I don't know. Get her a show. BT or centric, get her a show. Jamie, how do you feel about Erykah? Man? How do you feel about
I love Erykah. Miss Badu, you are so dope. Shout out to you, Fat Bella, Baby Bella. Yes. Yeah, whatever it is. But I thought she had really great crowd control. Like, she definitely had the attention of her audience. From the snippets that she was doing, I couldn't wait to hear and see what she was going to discuss. She even made it personal, like Donita said, and, made jokes about her own life and her baby fathers and, hope that Baduism that she has, with them. So I definitely would love to see her host more things. So centric BT, definitely give her more roles. I like her personality. I'm definitely a Badu fan.
You know what's funny? I've been giving Andre 3000 a hard time about not having these solo albums. I blame Erykah, because Jay don't got one either. Jay Electronica, we missed a solo album from him too. It's something up with them. I don't know, the Baduism. I don't know.
It's the eyes and the movie.
Walter, you gotta. Walter, you gotta watch her interview with the Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club.
She mentioned it on
it.
And you gotta see that. It was pretty funny. For those who haven't seen it, Jay Electronica was on there and everything. It was funny.
Jay Electronica, you gotta take care of your kid. You need that album, man. I don't know, Jay. I don't know. She also performed some songs from her mixtape, which was dope, by the way. The whole phone thing. Yeah. She did the Hotline Bling thing on the mixtape. She did the You Don't Have to Call, put your phone down. The whole phone thing was really dope. I love that.
Telephone Man, that was good too. Yeah.
Telephone Man was dope too. So then setting everything off, she disses Iggy Azalea. Which, it wasn't really a diss to me. It was actually, honestly, I mean, Iggy can't rap. She's not a rhyme. If you need some bars, I got you. But as far as a hip-hop lyricist, no, that's definitely not Iggy. I don't know. I mean, how did y'all feel about it? It was kind of left field a little bit. But, Jamie, how did you feel about all this?
It was a definite jab, but it was funny to me. It made me laugh, and I was just like, you know what, you're right, because what you're doing is definitely not rap, so... You get no awards here. I mean, she at least said, you're welcome here because exactly what you're doing is not rap. So, I thought it was funny. And again, we have to remember that some of the content Miss Badu didn't write, but she's the person that's delivering it. So
I think she wrote that one.
She possibly.
I mean, she knows rappers. She knows what rap is. She knows what MCs are. So, I mean, no shots at Erykah. Badu coming at me, putting roots on me.
Right. But I was cool with it. I didn't see a problem at all. Thought it was funny.
Donnie, how do you feel about it? She just Iggy Azalea. We told the truth on her.
It's the truth is the truth. It'll set you free. I mean, yeah.
Out of all the things we debate about, nobody's debated if the comment was like wrong. Like we're all in agreement. So that was
Walter, all I'm waiting for is Iggy to send one tweet and her career is over. Like,
over.
I mean, it already is. To be honest with you.
I mean, what can you say is Erykah Badu, for God's sake? Like, you have to respect her.
Yeah, I mean, even in the even in the hip hop space, they respect her too. So I mean, good luck with fighting that one.
I mean, did you hear her lineup of men that she's dated? Like, you can't say nothing about that. 3,000 comments. DOC. You know, Jay Electronic. You can't say anything.
Iggy, be easy. You'll feel. I found a diss track from DOC, 3 Stacks, Jay Electronic, and Common all on one.
Yes.
Common been known to diss some folks back in his day. Now don't play with them. You know what I mean? But no, it's just, you know what? She kind of addressed the issue. That's a whole other episode about how we let anybody into hip hop nowadays. Like with country music, I was in Nashville a while ago. Nashville is like a fraternity, a sorority. If you want to be a country artist, you can just say tomorrow, I'm going to be Chris Jansen, I'm going to be Blake Shelton. You have to like earn your stripes and go to Nashville and play some shows and go through it. Hip hop, Miley Cyrus can say I want to be a rapper today. She'll get 1 million beats from everybody. People will write her rhymes, and now she's hip hop. So I feel like I'm glad that somebody called Iggy out. But call T.I. I mean, T.I., you my dude, but T.I. let her in. He opened the door for her. He opened the door, escorted her to her seat, you know what I'm saying, got her a drink, a plate, and she was chilling. You know what I'm saying? He defended her. So let's see if T.I. defends her against Erykah. Okay, so then we had Jidenna. Jidenna won for Best New Artist. Classic, man. Do we feel he should have won Best New Artist, Donita?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, out of that category, I can't really remember everybody else who was there. I think Dej Loaf. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. One quick side note. I know this is gonna be a bunny trail. Jussie Smollett was in that category, and I'm a tad bit confused as to why, but
why is that?
Because the man, does he have an album? Does he? I mean, he was on a TV show, for crying out loud. I'm sorry, I don't see that as.
What's the criteria? Because it's like, okay, is this like an R&B based more award show? Because I feel like Jidenna's a rapper, so shouldn't Fetty Wap be a new artist too? I mean, I'm just saying, like Fetty Wap raps, Jidenna raps, so why is it Fetty Wap nominated for Best New Artist? He had the biggest hit of the year.
But Classic Man was more of a
groove. It was a groove to it that wasn't rap for me.
Yeah, like how do you classify what Classic Man was?
He's dressed up. You know what's so funny? I was talking to somebody else. I was like, he sings. I'm like, Jidenna has never sung ever. He just has a suit on.
Yeah, he talks in key. He talks in key.
I'm a classic. Fetty Wap, he's singing more than Jidenna. If that's the case. He sings the whole record. Okay, cool. Who else won something? Oh, the boy, the Whip It, Nene.
Silento.
I sound like an old man.
Yeah. Silento. My daughter loves that song.
Was that like the
I wish it was Silento. I wish it was Silento.
Are we over the Nene? We're over with the Nene?
It won for like the best dance video.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
I think out of the category, it made sense. But I was like, again, I was confused. If we just told Iggy Azalea and a whole bunch of people they couldn't come, I pretty much didn't expect him to be in that category. So I was a little bit.
And where did they come up with that category? Where did they come up with that award for best dance? R&B and soul. I mean, we're two-stepping. We're not whipping the Nene, and so
we're not.
I don't know.
Yeah, the biggest issue I had was the actual award categories. Like Tyrese won Best Centric Certified. What does that mean?
It meant that they were tired like me of hearing Tyrese whine. That's what that means.
Yes, they made up a category for you, Tyrese.
They said
Tyrese.
They said thank you for singing so well in your performance. Here's an award.
Can we go?
I mean, the boy is bad. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. He's bad. Ugh,
Tyrese had one of the best male. He probably had the best male R&B album of the year.
Right.
But Tyrese doing this whole no hip hop collaborations, fam. Your first single, you was rapping with Snoop Dogg. So I Be Doing Dumb Dumb Ish. That was his first single. He was rapping with Snoop. So you can't get too much with the whole platform R&B.
Right, but I will give him that he's trying to he's trying to start or restart another movement back to people coming to the actual root of R&B. So I'm fine with that. If that's his whole platform now, I'm completely fine with that. But what I'm not fine with is the whining and crying, like we were talking about in the group. Whining and crying from your mansion and from your fully loaded RV, Voltron RV on Instagram. Like, kick rocks, dude. You just came back from overseas where you were kicking it with, like, pharaohs and stuff. Like, get out of here.
I'm like, fam, you had a show on Jupiter. Stop it. You had Fast and the Furious box office smash with Vin Diesel and them. Stop it.
Yeah, so that Centric Certified Award that they just made up to be like, hey, here you go. Whatever. You could have just let him talk for 5 minutes and he would have been fine too. I mean,
I'm here representing for R&B, y'all. We gotta bring R&B back. JB, how do you feel about bringing R&B back?
And for that, now that you've given Tyrese, an award, you got to give Tank something next because you know how it goes. They're freaking frack. If you don't,
it's if one win, all of them win. G2, Genuine too.
Yeah, you gotta find a way. God bless you, Tank, in 2016. I pray that your album does amazing so that he can get a Centric. Yeah, he needs to get a Centric award. He does. I felt like he was clapping like a little brother when Tyrese won.
Like, here's your certified certificate. Thanks for showing up.
Like me next year. Me next year.
G went at home sliding in his socks. He all happy. Everybody cool.
Right. So I did put that out. It was only T and T at the awards. Where was the G?
G was with the other G. He was with Jen.
Yeah.
He's had some drinking issues lately. No flip for Genuine. Everybody's going through that, you know what I mean? But
he's having a little family trouble, so we understand. Prayers out to Genuine.
Prayers to Genuine. What's so different? Okay, so Tyrese, by the way, Tyrese had an amazing performance though. I love that song. Like, Shame is dope. Like I said, all the jokes aside, he probably did have the best male R&B album of the year. Bar none. I mean, the closest was Jamie Foxx, and that's not really a great comparison. So shout out to Tyrese for that. I think he did an amazing job. Jeremiah. How you say this? Is it Jeremiah? I never say his name right.
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah. No, why is the T there? Forget it. So he performs. He's on the piano. He's not really playing the piano. Then he starts then he plays the piano a little bit.
When he was fake playing the piano?
I don't know. Jamie, it was bad. It was horrible.
Oh my God. What was he doing?
Wow. Oh man.
You got to lie to kick it, man. You don't have to lie to kick it, my dude. Do what you do. He does hooks. Do all the hooks you've done. You lying to kick it. You not John Legend, fam. Jamie, how do you feel about this?
Well,
go ahead, Anita.
Honestly, the only true piano player in the whole room was Babyface because he was pretty much the only one up there who played. But Jamie, it was bad. His hands was like this.
It wasn't moving. It wasn't moving.
No, he didn't do this. He just went like this, and he sat.
But he was playing to a recorded track. There was no other band at first. So, like, why are you playing the piano?
Walter, can you answer this for me? Because me and my boyfriend were having this conversation. Did he really have them play the track and then he sang on top of his own voice?
Yes.
That's what I heard.
And I don't understand because I saw him live, for the Big Sean tour, and he actually sounds great live. So I just want to question his team or something because you don't set me up for failure like that.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Soul Train Awards is famous for bad lip syncing. So
of course.
He's an example of that, but his was literally the worst of the entire show.
And you don't
bring the tradition back.
Yeah, Planes. It just wasn't the right fit. BET Awards, yeah, maybe Hip Hop Awards to bring in J. Cole, but it just wasn't a fit for R&B, so it wasn't.
That could have been Tamar Braxton singing. That could have been
somebody.
Tamia. That could have been, who else had an album out this year? That could have been one of them. I don't know.
Chrisette Michelle could have been singing. Somebody.
Chrisette Michelle. V. Mosman was after him. She did a great job.
Yeah, she was dope.
Yeah, for her 5 seconds, she did really good, but I'm not lying, it was 5 seconds, but I really wish they would have given her more time, but I understand why not, because she was one of the new artists. So I'm cool with it. But
the Family Matters theme song was longer than her whole performance. Like, she went into the commercial, like, they turned the mic on, and then the next thing you know, like, a Being Mary Jane commercial trailer. I don't know.
Are they setting it up like the BET Music Matters artists that they do, how they take them into commercial? Is that what that was?
And they don't matter, basically. Like, they kind of matter. I don't know. She should have had Jeremiah's spot.
Thank you. That's what I was thinking. Heck, if Jussie Smollett got on there, she could have got on there because she was in the show just as much.
So they should have had Lion Bay, or whatever her name is, Lion Bay, V. Bozeman, and Jussie Smollett. They do a whole new artist thing and give Jeremiah time to them.
Right.
And let him rock for 3 minutes. 4 minutes? What's wrong with that?
And we did find out that Lion Babe was Vanessa Williams' daughter, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
I'll have to
found it
Google
out
her.
watching it.
Okay.
I was like, okay, I like her sound. It's okay. You know, she's not doing too much. We'll get on that later. I can't judge her right now.
Yeah, somebody in the group mentioned that they've actually heard 1 or 2 things from her, and they said most of it is like alternative. So they were a little shocked to see her up there too.
No.
But they said she's okay.
I love it. I love when like black female singers do the alternative route. You show that you don't have to always be like the love, sappy, it's raining outside, I hate my boyfriend, I want him back, but I hate him. You know what I mean? You can do something completely different. You can do rock, you can do alternative, so I like that. That's why I love Janelle Monáe. I think she's a perfect example of that.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, but I don't think that it should have been at Soul Train.
Oh my God. I was trying.
Sorry.
I was trying to get off. Vanessa, we apologize, Vanessa. You've done so much to the game. We don't want to talk about you.
Yes, thank you, Vanessa. But your daughter should have been at MTV Awards and not at the Soul Train.
Oh my God. Oh my
God.
The jury's still out. Let me say the best for last. Let me say the best for last for her. I'll listen to her later.
You and these punchlines today with these puns.
I mean, remember that meme we had in the group that says my brain is 85% lyrics.
80%, yeah.
That is definitely me. I can think of a lyric for any occasion. Okay, Jill Scott. What award? She won Best Female. Here, Donnie to go.
She won the Lady of Soul Award, right?
Yeah.
Lady of Soul. Well, she won 2. She got Lady of Soul Award and she got Best Female R&B Artist.
Yes.
Which, I mean, she had the #1 R&B album in the country, Woman, that came out this summer. Shout out to the Warner people. What's up? But she did her thing. Performance was great too. How do you feel about her, Jamie?
I love Jill. Like, I've took a long walk with her way back when. I'm gonna do some.
Here you go.
But I felt her energy. Like, I felt everything about her performance. It was like, allow me to shine. You know, give my moment. Let me have my moment and really show you guys really what I'm capable of. Because again, like we discussed before, we don't give Jill the credit that she's due. So last night I felt like it was another chance to show. Wasn't she like, how do you call it, scatting and like, wasn't she doing a lot of that?
She was doing a whole bunch of stuff, yeah.
Yeah, like, so she was just showing variety. Would you say Bob? I don't know. Excuse me.
Walker on Living Single.
If I was using the lingo wrong, but she really was like showing us a variety of the poetry. You know, she was doing the scatting or whatever. Like, so she just showed her range of the things that she's capable of doing. Kudos to you, Jill, because definitely keep rising. You deserve a lot more than what you've been receiving. So hopefully I will see way more stuff from her. And
getting in a world where she's appreciated. She's like really appreciated there, and I think that's what you need to go to. We always whine about MTV Awards doesn't do this and the Grammys doesn't do this. Like, go where you feel appreciated. I feel like that was the perfect platform. Donita, how do you feel? Well, I know how you feel about Jill Scott.
You already know. Let me tell you something. I was literally in front of the TV, bouncing around like I was 15 again. When she said, this song is 15 years old, I started counting. I said, oh, Lord. But I was loving it. arrangement. The band was awesome, like always. Oh, shout out to her background singers. They were dancing their little heads off.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really, really good and well put together. So,
I love it. I love it. Somebody has a TV in the background too. I hear like spaceships or something in the background. They got a TV.
Oh, that might be my TV. Hold on.
It may be. Go ahead, look at you. But no, I love it. Again, Jill Scott is dope, man. I think she's phenomenal. I think she's a great role model for not just fitting like the stereotypical supermodel singer image. I think more women who look like Jill Scott. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she's representative of most of the women who buy R&B music and buy music in general. So I appreciate Jill. I love the last album. Lighthouse was my favorite and Fool's Gold. So shout out to her. So then we get to something that I wasn't really too big on. Like, I may be in the minority of this. The Soul Cypher. They did a little like they was all Eddie Levert, Chrisette Michelle. Who else was it? Later Hathaway
and
Casey, No JoJo. I don't know about that one.
So I will take a stab at this first.
Please.
I get where you may be coming from. First of all, Chrisette and Layla could stand there and sing all day, and it would have been great.
Yeah.
Just doing just enough. Going back to something that Jamie said earlier, Chrisette was scatting and doing all that, carrying on. I mean, it was literally the best showing of their skills within that time frame.
Right.
Eddie, great job. No. Now, he is older. You can tell he's aged. You can tell all that stuff, but I think he did a good job also. Staying within his range and things like that with his older age. Casey, I can do without yelling. I was glad to hear the ooh yeah.
He's been doing it his whole career. Y'all picked Jodeci.
But
y'all done picked Blackstreet.
Yeah. In their prime, okay?
And that's the key, to it. He was killing it.
Hello? Telephone?
Sorry.
Yeah. Baby's got TVs, Corrupts in the background. She got a phone call. Erykah's calling you right now.
Yeah, that's Jill Scott.
But you know what? Like, it wasn't just their vocals, though. I feel like that beat, the Mobb Deep beat with them, like, it just was, like, Mariah did that, though. Mariah did it.
But the ladies did it great, so I don't see a problem with it. I think it was the singers that were chosen. I was a little shocked to see Eddie. Honestly, I was shocked. And then Casey came out of nowhere, so I was cool with it.
Yeah.
It just wasn't a cool combination of people.
Yeah.
You know, like we said, 2/4 of it was cool, but you could have got some people to replace, Daddy Eddie and Casey. I love them both, individually for what they've, put into the industry, but I definitely would have loved to see some different people. Maybe a music Soul Child. Please don't shoot me for that. That was just random that I brought his name up.
No, Music Soul Child, not the Hustle. Who he is now, but the original Music Soul Child.
Yeah, like a Music Soul Child, and somebody else that's that soul, like a Raheem Devon or something. Like people like that is who I think of.
See, those would have been perfect people, like Chrisette, Layla, Life, and Raheem, because in the beat selection too, because even when I listened to the beat was throwing me, then they would try to cut it, remix the beat while they doing it. It was just the whole thing really just threw me off. I wanted to love it. I love the concept, but the execution, I don't know. I don't know about that.
I could have did without them other two players. I'm sorry. Eddie.
Shout out to Eddie, shout out to KC.
And then when they did that ooh yeah, ooh back and forth,
oh my gosh.
I was just shaking my head like, why is it still even recorded? And I know Chrisette hit him with a side eye. I saw her.
Layla did too. They're trained. You can tell they're trained singers because Layla and Chrisette both kind of took a stand back and said, you know what, there's too much going on.
Right. I don't want to be a part of this. Yeah.
It's like going to a cookout and seeing two of your drunk uncles trying to battle each other. And you're your girlfriend is there, so you're trying to not be embarrassed, but you are. That's how I felt watching it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was I hope let me get my time in. Let me show the crowd what I can do. Because again, Casey did lip sync last Soul Train Awards, So I think he was trying to prove that he still got a little ooh yeah still left in him.
Him and Bobby. Bobby came out of nowhere, spinning out of nowhere.
Bobby.
Babyface had to help him finish the
Bobby.
song.
Bobby.
Came off that piano like it was 5 heartbeats. I know y'all remember that scene.
I do.
Off the piano, he was messing his song.
Yes, I remember.
So since we had to the Babyface there, right? So we get to the Babyface. So Babyface had who? He had did Brandy was for him?
No, it started out was Jasmine. Well, after 7, did they go into that?
So
No,
Jasmine Sullivan. Jasmine Sullivan came out first. Yeah, I think she was first.
After 7. Yeah.
So earlier I said that Tyrese had the best male R&B album. Jasmine Sullivan, hands down. Well, let me not say hands down. Let me say one hand down, because Tamar was great too. But Jasmine Sullivan had one of the best female R&B albums this year. I saw her in Urban Plaza. She sounds better live. She sounds better live than the record. So, and that's one of my favorite songs, Let It Burn. She had After 7 came through, who they sampled the song from.
That was great.
That's perfect.
I still remember that video. And Kevon, shout out to you, Kevon. Like, you sounded really good after what?
Here Jamie go. Jamie's whole voice changed. Like, shout out Kevon. Hey Kevon.
Listen, I love R&B.
To be your uncle. But
no.
It's one of them. His brother. What if his brother was a cousin?
Kevon.
How are they related again? Kevon, right? Okay. Okay. Yeah.
You can't tell you, baby.
Yeah. They could be cousins. I don't know. Everybody related nowadays. But she did a great job. Jasmine Sullivan, that voice. She's underrated for real.
Yeah.
Who else came out for Babyface? Tevin Campbell came out. Bless his heart.
Yeah.
Bless his heart. Yes. Bless his heart.
He just looks like.
Ooh, he's been through
I
something.
don't know.
He's been through something. That's what he looked like.
Yeah, Tevin.
My wife was like, I used to have a crush on him when I was little. I was like, well, I guess not no more.
Yeah, probably when he was on
not looking at you.
Fresh Prince with Ashley Banks. That's when I thought he was cute. Yeah.
Yes,
He ain't not like no Ashley. He ain't like no Ashley. But he did a good job. Brandy, I want to be dead.
He did a great job.
that was
It was sitting up in my room, right? Is what he wrote.
Sitting in my room. Yeah, I'm thinking the wrong one. My bad.
He did a really great job. I will say this. She's aged because she was definitely in her flats.
Yes, I saw that too. I said, dang, she got some long feet. I was like, baby.
Don't get on my sister.
No, I wear a size 2, Brandy. Shout out to you, okay? I wear a size 10.
I did too. But honestly, like, she did a really good job. I like that she was dancing. She was into it. I will say this. Vocally, if you listen to that versus what she's saying back in the day, you can tell she's matured. You can tell she's improved. I was so impressed by that. It was really, really good.
Yeah,
so shout out to Brandy. Yeah, shout out to Brandy because in the group the other day I had to X her out.
See?
Gotta go. But I know better.
And Brandy was dancing and singing.
Yes.
Live.
Yes.
So that's what's up. Who else? Fantasia came out.
Fantasia.
She did Waiting to Exhale to shoot that oop.
Yeah, she did Shoot Whitney's song, and then she did Superwoman. Yeah.
So Karen White came on. I saw it on Facebook. Karen White was like, they didn't call me. They didn't call me. They didn't email me. They didn't send a text message.
Walter, can we back it up before you get to that?
Sure.
First of all, Jamie, your TV is so loud.
Jamie, what do you got in the background?
Okay.
We see you.
It's not me. Sorry. Let me fix this, okay? I'm going to press pause. Press pause.
You got company coming on. Go ahead, Donita.
No, but one thing I want to go back just a little bit. Fantasia in the Whitney Houston song.
Fantasia.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to say it. Love Fantasia. We all know she is skilled and talented in her vocals. I was not feeling her doing the Whitney, and I think it's because of how harsh she can be in her vocals. I was really I was a little bit offended. Yeah, I was a little offended. I was like, oh my God, pull back just a little bit. And she can't because that's not her style. So
yeah.
It was a little harsh to hear, and it was like a little jarring. But honestly, I started thinking about it. I was like, well, who else could they have gotten into Whitney? I really don't know.
Can we do a Monica? We could have did a Monica, but Monica was on tour.
Yeah, Monica was on tour.
Yeah. She was actually in
just
Charlotte.
or just not do it.
That's
Like
what
Baby is written for thousands of artists. Like Tony Braxton,
like
so
why
many
Just
people.
play the track. Just you was playing the track all the rest of the night. Just play Whitney's track real quick.
Dim the lights and put the PowerPoint up. Just dim the lights real quick and just show Whitney. Just singing it. You know what I'm saying?
They could have shown her in a performance, like in like actually standing there live singing it. I mean, that takes
Yeah. I'm just not a fan of, and I have to say this, as I've watched so many videos of Fantasia, she has an amazing voice, but I can't get with her scream singing. It's something about that scream sing that just, you know, she'll belt out an amazing note, and then that, like, I know that that's her signature. No, shout out to Fantasia because I love her, but I'm just not a fan of that. Yeah, like, I'm just not a fan of that, and I don't know if it's, you know, it is her signature, so that's what she's used to doing, but it's just like, you can really sing, like, let it out, but it wasn't the proper moment, I would say, for a super.
It's like everybody has a signature move. Like Patti LaBelle takes off her shoes, Gerald Levert used to roll on the ground, Disco used to do like somersaults. Like everybody has their thing, you know what I'm saying? So getting back to Karen White. Karen White said they didn't call me to do Superwoman. She's the singer of Superwoman. I read a comment that said if she's a Superwoman, why didn't she fly to the award show? Somebody else said she must be Wonder Woman because they wonder why they didn't call her. So, you know, I don't know. What do y'all think about it? I mean, everybody can't make the award show. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't make the cut.
But why not contact her?
Right.
I don't know. We
don't
don't
know. My
know.
song, but if you're gonna play my song, you could at least reach out to me. You found Tevin.
Right.
Y'all fine.
What bothers me is Karen White. One thing she said in that video too is she is still touring, actively touring.
Right.
So it's not like she's not out here singing. It's not like she's sitting on the couch or she decided to go be a greeter at Walmart or something else. She didn't like go do something else. She's actively singing. So for them to not call her is slightly a slap in the face. It's almost like what politics was going on that she couldn't be there.
She plugged her CD too. She's like, I'm still singing. Here's my album. It's out now on my label. But yeah, y'all should have called me.
When I watched it, I was like, good for you, because that's the thing. Like, we always wonder where are these artists and what they're doing, but they really are still touring or making music. Just because they're not on our radars 24/7, like, we just can't zero them out or count them out and just be like, oh, they're washed. And I think I heard somebody else say that too. Like, some of the legends that we consider like them being washed, but that's not it. Times have changed and they're making music, so they're trying to make music to, you know, kind of what's happening now. Still stick to what they're great at, but, you know, putting it in an era of what's happening right now. So, you know, they definitely should have made the call to Karen.
And that's how folks are. It's kind of like if you're like Beyonce or Jay, they're too much in our face. It's oversaturation. We're tired of you. But then if you fall back, oh, you fell off. You're washed up. You're not relevant. It's like, what do you want? You know what I'm saying? Do you want it to be in your face or not? Like, make it
and let's
mind,
touch on that
I mean?
real quick. Like, I think that's important to talk about too, is that have we become, you know, the critics or the A&Rs for our favorite artists, to where we decide, okay, so much music, we want more, but then we get tired of it and then we're fussing about the quality of the music that they're putting out because the demand is so high for us to hear their music. So I wish that they would cut back on so much access that we do have to our artists, because for me, I've been a fan of music for so long. I liked it when I could just kind of check in with my artists to see what was happening, not seeing them everywhere and, you know, constantly them putting out music. Like, I like periods.
Facebook. I
like the period of pausing, so it gave me enough time to miss your sound so that I could hear it again when it came out. You know,
I think the flip side to that, though, is that some artists take too long, and
that's true.
Losing us, and then when they do come back, they try to come back from 10 years ago. We're not even there.
KC.
I guess it just depends on the artist, because
we don't care about their content at that point. We don't care about that sound. I mean, that's where some of that criticism that we instinctively have comes from. Some artists. Out on us, like Janet. Love takes you forever to come out with an album. Like,
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, we complain about it being oversaturation, but yet we follow them. Like, stop following their Twitter, stop following their Instagram. Like, you know, you can't be oversaturated if you don't want to. Like, you're the person. It's funny. People will talk about why they hate somebody more than why they love them. Right?
Yeah.
We can find all the reasons in the world what they're doing wrong, but yet we're watching every move they make. Like, you know all the things you hate because you're following them. So, like, we have that power. So I feel like we kind of complain, but we can change a lot of things from the consumer standpoint. And then give people a chance. Like, give people like Brandy or whoever else a chance to come out. Like, if you want people to fall back, then respect when people fall back.
Right.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's tough.
Yeah, but that's also an issue, like one of those pedestal issues. Sometimes we put these artists a little bit too high on our radar, and so we expect too much. We got to remember
Beyonce.
You know that.
Hi, Solange.
Yeah, listen, hi, Solange. But we got to remember they're human. Like they're human. So sometimes they need breaks. Like sometimes those 10 years is for a real good reason. It's like a fine line. They got to figure it out. They just kind of got to figure it out and kind of pray that it all works out. I mean,
and we're forgetting too, like back in the day when people say, "Oh, well, Michael Jackson took 4 or 5 years off." Great, there wasn't YouTube when Michael Jackson was out, right? There's an artist every minute, literally. Every minute posting videos, you know what I mean? Like 5,000-6,000 videos posted a day of new artists. So now with the game is oversaturated, where it's kind of like if I have to, or in order for me to win, I have to be in your face. Because if I step back, some person from Omaha who has one good cover song is gonna get my spot on the record label. They're gonna be a priority. So it's kind of like it's tough. We have legends battling people who have Instagram followers. Like you know what I'm saying? Like Prince didn't need Twitter followers to get signed. Right, but nowadays, if you have 1 million Twitter followers or 1 million YouTube views, you're probably gonna get a deal. Right. You know what I'm saying? Trinidad James, you know what I'm saying? Krayshawn, and then what happens to them? They come and they go. Yeah, so you know what I mean? It's a tough world. It's hard being an artist. I see it at the label. It is tough. Probably the hardest job I see are artists. You know what I'm saying? Like shout out to all you guys who follow your passion, because.
So has social media become the new like A&R label situation? Like is that something is that another topic for another day?
I mean, isn't
another topic another day.
Is that a tool versus really like it is the A&R?
I said I want to wait a few episodes before I bring like my celebrity guest or whatever in, but I really want to bring some A&Rs, and I have a ton of friends who A&R from the publishing side and the record label side that I really want to kind of help break this down, because it's just so much the public does not know, and the thing that they really don't know is that they have all of the power. The consumer has all of the power and they don't realize it. You know what I'm saying? The whole industry could be completely changed if you say, I'm not going to watch your video. I'm not going to stream your song. I'm not going to go to your concert. That's it. But we support foolishness and then laugh at it. We would rather share a video that's funny and not talented than share somebody else who is talented.
True.
Like the consumer has all of the power, but that's a whole other time of the show. So I'm about to get passionate with that. Okay, so Cameo came out.
No.
They gave B both fingers. They gave who came out?
The little cup that he wears came out first.
A cod piece. I never knew that they had a name for it.
I forwarded that. I forwarded that.
And it had its own skit. Like it was real creepy. I just wasn't.
It was kind of like, really, this is what y'all decided to do.
Like it was a super scratch my head moment. Like.
Yeah, it was a pause-worthy moment. I had to fast-forward that. So let's fast-forward it. So Cameo came out. Cameo didn't have a long time, didn't they? They had like the same time as V. Bozeman.
Yeah.
How many minutes did they have? It was like one song and it was out, right?
Did they do Word Up? They did Word Up, right?
That's the only song they released?
That's the only song, I think.
Okay. I want to say that because of editing, I did see Stephen Hill respond on Twitter and said that they did Candy. But it got edited out. So they did do Candy. Yeah, but I think because of time, that got edited out. But I want to say that he did say they did Candy.
See, another.
So Jeremiah with the silent T, he gets a whole 5 minutes, and then you cut off Cameo? They literally had a cameo. They literally had a cameo on the award show. Okay, so then we get to one of the last performance of the night, which is Kells. Put Kells in your license plate. All right, Robert Kelly. Backyard Party. I love the video intro, by the way. That was dope.
Yeah,
Backyard Party. He did before that. We did The Step in the Name of Love, then Backyard Party, Body's Calling Me, Woman's Fed Up, Ignition, Bump and Grind, the hits.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna go to Jamie first. Jamie's our R. Kelly fan.
No, go to me first and go to her.
Okay, I'm going to Donita first.
We are both getting voted off the island, okay, Donita? We going down together.
Well, hold on. Let's do the performance first, and let's do the backlash. There's a lot of backlash from R. Kelly. Let's do the performance first. How do you feel about the performance?
Go first, because I know she's going to go in.
Okay.
Pretty much, it was a great performance. I enjoyed it. I wasn't too sure about his outfit. That was a little bit. I thought
Me neither.
Like my daughter would wear tights, those white church tights that we used to.
That's R. Kelly though. He's known for doing crazy outfits and.
Doesn't make it right.
That's true.
Shout out to you, April. You are a dope stylist. Just so happens that blazer and basketball short combo.
She knows his stylist. Oh my God, you know the stylist. This is crazy. Oh my
She's
God.
also Trey Songz stylist, Nas stylist, Jeezy stylist, Snoop stylist. I follow her, so I know her work.
So much to me. Thank you, Jamie.
Trey would have the same stylist as R. Kelly. He would have that.
That makes so much sense. But honestly, it was a great performance. That was another time where I was kind of standing up and like, okay, kind of brought back good memories. And he really did do the hits. I think it was a good combination of songs, good arrangement, and it's Robert. He knows how to sing. It sounds like really good. So.
And I love the whole he turned it to like a little cookout thing on stage.
Right.
And the fit and all the people. It was like 100 people on stage. It was like a Broadway show.
Really a backyard party.
Yeah, well, technically, if you looked in the crowd, it was like all the background dancers you'd seen that night were in that crowd. The band was in that crowd.
Yeah.
Like, that's how they kind of got that crowd. So, I mean, that was nice. To me, that was a little nice because it was like, okay, they get to kind of enjoy it too. So.
Because you would play this at a backyard party. Like, that's what you would play it at. Jamie, how you feel about Mr. Robert Kelly?
What you've done, Donita, you were cool with. We talking about the performance part.
The performance was cool. Just the performance, right?
Okay. I kind of I love that song, and I'm waiting on marching band or band. I keep seeing that snippet clip, but I have not found that full song yet.
It's out now. The full one's out now. The full version.
Okay, I need to find that song.
Yeah.
But honestly, for me as a fan, I'm kind of tired of hearing the run through the hits, because I feel like that's kind of a catch that he does at every award show.
Yeah.
And we know your hits. We know, those top 15 we can just, come out with. So maybe try to switch it up and figure out another way to remind us of the additional hits that you do have, because you have a ton. So maybe if we could even do, When a Woman Loves and I Believe I Can Fly, or, switch it up a little bit. We know Body's Calling, Bump and Grind. Those are dope, but let's do another 15 of your hits, because you got a million.
Gotham City. Let's do Gotham City.
Yeah. So,
but Jamie, I Believe I Can Fly, he's got to save that for the gospel show.
You're right.
Oh, yeah, that's
You're
true.
right.
That's true. It's now a gospel song for some reason. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, and I know it's a nostalgic thing of thinking of, what he's running off of, but it's just like that same thing. He did it for Centric not too long ago.
But it's safe, because the truth of the matter is he can't really dive deep into those songs without this show now having to be played on Showtime instead.
But when you do a Sex Me or a Bump and Grind or Your Body's Calling, you just... It already feeds into what we're going to go into next. So it's kind of like choose some more safer ones, because we know what type of artist that you are. Like, you have a very wide range of hits, So because of what you sing...
Trapped in the Closet.
No, please don't.
Trapped in the Closet 1 through 5,000.
Right, but Step in the Name of Love was cool. Stuff like that. That's cool. Let us remember those things about you.
He's like, I'm gonna remind y'all who the king of R&B is. Let me remind y'all what I do out here in these streets.
Right.
So after that, I was a little taken aback by the backlash, because it was happening today. I was going through it on social media. It was so much backlash about R. Kelly that it popped up as one of the social media highlights on Facebook, the trending topics. And so people was kind of like, while y'all was enjoying that performance, don't forget he was a pedophile. And I was like, whoa. I was like, did something happen after the award show? And so now, he's been performing for the past few years since the incident, that he wasn't, I don't know what happened with the whole case or whatever, but he's been out since that point. So I was kind of confused with why it just came up now. I don't know if people needed something to talk about negative, and because the show wasn't really that bad, they had to like pull that from the situation. I don't know. Like so.
I think some of it came because of the Bill Cosby stuff. Some of the first initial things I was seeing on social media were more about comparing those two situations. So.
Oh, okay. How people. Okay, got you.
So easy to forgive Kels, but at the same time, and mind you, there was evidence. We all saw the videotape. There was evidence, and so it's kind of like.
Some of it.
Yeah, we saw some of it. Lord Jesus, I know I couldn't. But there's hardcore evidence there. But then with the Bill Cosby thing, it's all. I hate to say hearsay, but it's a lot of old recounting of situations and things and that whole case hasn't even been done yet. So people were really starting kicking it off with that, and then I started seeing people bringing up just R. Kelly by himself. So I think
basically it's like, okay, so we just previously saying we just condemned Bill Cosby, took the man's show off of TV for allegations, but R. Kelly has been known for this and rumors for that, and now he's closing out the Soul Train Awards. Is that what the whole?
That's what I saw initially, like within the first couple seconds. That's what I saw.
Because mad articles, like it was literally like 16 different articles about him being a pedophile. I'm like, geez, so he was a little girl on stage last night. Like I'm not trying to make fun of it, but I'm like, this is something that I missed because he's been performing at award shows, he's had 4 albums out since the incident. So, Jamie, how do you feel about the situation?
It's just one of those things where, again, I love you guys all. Please don't crucify me for this, and it is my opinion. It's my personal opinion. I have to do the disclaimer. But the Village Voice article was the one that I kept seeing, where it was really very detailed of elementary school and them picking him up and all these things. And to me, it's like it's not old because we don't want to forget it. And by any means, I'm not being disrespectful to the young women that were a part of it. But it's just like, if we continue to pull up R. Kelly, we got to pull up everybody. And this is the thing, like, we keep wanting to say, why are you guys still supporting R. Kelly for what he did? But think of all the other things out here that's happening that it's just as bad that we're on the fence about supporting. Some people voice it, some people don't. But if you don't choose to support him for whatever the case may be, that's fine. But stop pushing your views out on everybody else and keep running the same story over and over and over again. We all know what he did. Again, half of us seen half of the tape. But for me, I try to separate the guy from the artist, and I know that's no different. Just like we're trying to still figure out, do we separate Bill from Dr. Huxtable, Cliff Huxtable? It's the same. Yeah, it's the same thing. So it's just like, I haven't bought a R. Kelly CD in years, but I still listen to his music because he's one of my favorite artists. I don't agree with what happened to him, and by any means am I saying, these girls should have known what was happening. But I was old enough to understand at 15 and 14 what to do. I'm not blaming the teenagers, but it's very personal for me because, again, like I said, he's one of my favorite artists. But I feel like this same story keeps getting drugged over and over and over again. Obviously, the people in his fan base, they love him. They continue to want to see his work. So let it be what it is. Now, if we're going to condemn Bill, then definitely scrap all of R. Kelly's work. Don't let him show up to no more award shows. Don't let him perform anywhere. No tours, no writing, no nothing. Because if we're going to shut it down for one person, we got to shut it down for everybody. So that's just kind of like my take on it.
And you made a good point. I have to cut you off, but you made a good point. And I'm not trying to compare, I guess, like apples to oranges or something like that. But I feel like those first of all, the allegations of R. Kelly, I don't know all the details, but one of the girls said that she was 18 years old, right? It wasn't like he was pulled some girl off of 2nd grade, right? So it's sometimes it's a little exaggerated. And the fact that Bill Cosby, if you want to compare something, Bill Cosby drugged women. He drugged them and then he raped them, versus R. Kelly having sex with girls who knew kind of what they were doing. I'm not saying one's right and one's wrong. I'm just saying there are two different situations. I personally didn't agree with the Cosby Show being taken off the air. I didn't agree with the Cosby Show. I'm going to tell you, I didn't agree with the Cosby Show being taken off the air only because, like, if we're going to talk about somebody's art, right? Why does Felicia Rashad have to suffer? Why does Theo with Vanessa, I know how they want to, why do all of they have to suffer? Why are we taking away the image of the black family? They couldn't wait to take away the most positive image of the black family off of TV.
Right.
Because of Bill. Now they can't get royalty checks. Who knows? They could have been feeding their families off those royalty checks. So why do they all have to suffer? Because one person did something that was wrong. So if we're gonna say, oh well, Bill Cosby is a Heathcliff, then fine. Then keep the show on the air. You know what I'm saying? So it's this thing that we kind of juggle with. I mean, even with Chris Brown, like, I struggled for a long time with the Chris Brown situation because, not to get into my personal story, but I grew up in a house with domestic violence, you know what I'm saying, for many years. And that's always like a sensitive subject for me. Like, that's like the biggest thing ever. Like, I can't be cool with a guy if I know that you're hitting your girl. I just can't. Like, I may call the cops on you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how I am. But Chris Brown has asked for forgiveness, put out more work, and now I find myself listening to his music. You know what I'm saying? So it's this thing of, like, how do we punish the artist? Like, if we like the music and the art's different, but we know they did something wrong, do we forgive them? Do we punish them forever? Do we burn all their CDs? Do we beat them up? Like, what do we do?
I mean, you can't even say, just real quick, I was going to say, like, you can't burn her CDs because you've already purchased the music. So technically you've already bought into, you know, whatever. So there's that. But I don't know. I let Donita
They don't make CDs no more.
Right.
So, burn your phone. Go ahead, Donita.
So it's funny because I know we were talking about this a little bit right before we pushed record, and I do agree with what's been said tonight. Let me say that.
Go ahead. Yeah.
But let me add my other viewpoint as being a parent. And one thing I've said this before in other videos, and I've said it in the group or wherever else. To me, I'm one of those people where if I don't want my child to be exposed to something, I'm going to turn the TV off. I'm going to try my best within my control to control that situation, those surroundings. So with that being said, even thinking about when you guys were mentioning, oh, you know, the girls they were 14, 15, whatever, immediately my mother instinct kicked in, and I said, you know what? If it was my daughter and she was 14, 15, 16, I'd be ready to kick him in the who knows what, and all because it's my child. At the same time, though, I can say this. As a parent, it is also my responsibility to make sure that my child is aware and knows what the kind of things they're getting into. So with that being said, I'm not condemning the young ladies at all. I'm not saying anything about anybody else. I'm just saying what Donita would do. And personally, I would take responsibility in the sense that if my 14 and 15-year-old daughter was caught up in that situation, I'm not only looking at him, I'm looking at her. And now we have a different, there's just a different thing going on. So as a parent, again, it's my job to make sure my daughter doesn't get into those situations. But if they do, then I've got two battles to fight. You know, and again, just going back to the whole topic at hand, it's a thing where if you don't like it, turn it off. If you have, like Jamie was saying, if you have bought the CDs and then you found out, because this happens a lot, and I'm going to just throw this out here as a side note, happens a lot in the gospel community, where we find out about an artist who all of a sudden...
Kirk Franklin, he's been balanced up for years.
Yeah, Kirk Franklin, that was a whole different situation. Toney is one situation where, you know, we these people for years, and then we hear about their issue. So the question is, do you go back and say, you know what, I can't listen to anything, or I can't go forward with this artist, or what? Again, to me, those are all personal views. If you decide to throw their CD away today, totally fine. All up to you. If you decide today is the day I'm no longer taking, you know, going with this artist, whatever, even if you bought all their stuff, you could have been to 15 concerts. It is what it is. That's the past. So the question is, what are you going to do from today forward? So that's just my take on it as a parent.
And no, and I agree with you. And even me comparing the Bill Cosby R. Kelly thing, like, by all means, I'm not saying either one is right. I think R. Kelly, I think those girls more than likely knew what they were doing, but as a grown man, you gotta face responsibility. You know what I'm saying? So I completely get it. At the same time, I don't know if what all he did was true or all it did was false. And then if what he did was true or false, do I still hold it over his head forever? Is he not sorry for it? He apologized for it? Should I not forgive him as a human being? So it's all these conflicting things of like, if I did something wrong, I wouldn't do that. But if I did something wrong, you did something wrong, am I not supposed to forgive you?
Right.
So it's like, do I not listen to his music from that year? Like, I don't know how that works. Real talk, because we all have flaws.
Right, Walter, but I think like part of what I'm saying also is that, and this is just how I live my life. If I can't sleep at night, then I don't need to be doing it, and that's just the end all be all. If I literally am losing sleep over this thing, I can't do it. So that means if I turn on, the Soul Train Awards, I'm watching it, having a good time. R. Kelly's on there, I'm dancing, grooving, and I go to bed and I can't sleep because of that. Then hey, I've got an issue and I got to clear it up within myself. So I mean, at my this, we've talked about this before in the group as well. Sometimes the consumer has got to take responsibility. The artist can put out all they want to. We had Marilyn Manson, for crying out loud, years ago, growing up as teenagers. We had Marilyn Manson out there. As
the good old 90s. The good old 90s. Everything was perfect in the 90s.
Right. We had all that to live through, but as a consumer, it's my choice. Like you've been saying, consumers have the choice in what they want to take in. And I mean, after a while, you just got to decide if I'm going to keep it on or turn it off. It's just up to you sometimes.
Absolutely.
So,
Jamie, how you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, and again, pedophilia is a serious issue. So by any means, none of us are saying that it's something that should be accepted, because it definitely should not. But, just like you stated, Donita, it's one of those things where if you're tired of seeing it, turn it off. But do you realize that wherever you go, if there's music involved and he's going to be a person that's going to be on that show, maybe just cut it off. Or if you knew that he was coming up and he was actually performing because they were announcing through the show, he's coming up, just turn it off. You don't have to be exposed to that because that's your choice. But then again, when it comes to that situation, we got to break down everything or people that are involved in it, and are we still supporting those same people? Because like we always say, in the gospel community, there's a lot of those people, but you still have, pastors that still have a congregation full of people, even though they know what they've done. You have gospel artists that participate in that behavior that still have a following. So if we're going to condemn one person, we got to make sure we attack them all. And again, like I said, I don't approve of it, and I'm not a parent, but if I was a parent and I know that my mom taught me, what's right and what's wrong, and if this is a person, age difference, definitely. Like, those are the things we have to think about too, because a person actually commented in our group and was saying that he was volunteering at an elementary school. Now, for an elementary kid, I definitely wouldn't know what was right and what's wrong, because I'm still, young in the mind for that. So he definitely should be held responsible for that. But when you, again, talk about these teenage girls, they're very well aware of what they're doing. And this is a serious issue, and this is something that maybe we should talk more about in the black community or whatever community. It's not just affecting blacks, it's affecting whites and whoever else. But we have to take charge as parents. I'm not a parent, but we have to take charge as parents to teach our kids what they should be involved in. You shouldn't be around or even in the vicinity of people that have that type of access to you. If there's 20-something-year-olds, ask questions. Why were they at my school? Or because he was volunteering, well, you know what? If my child told me this once, what made those kids go back? What was happening? Like, those are the questions that we should be asking. So, I don't want to get too serious on it, because I could talk about this all night. I struggle with that same thing. Because a lot of people know me as an R. Kelly fan, and we laugh and we cut up about it, but it would make me sick to my stomach if I knew that that happened to my child or my cousin or my sister or my mom, for God's sake, So, and I have a little cousin right now that's 11 that could possibly very well, it could have happened to her, So those are the things that you just have to figure out, like, if you don't like him for whatever reason, his music is not going anywhere. For God's sake, he's the king of R&B. So every time we speak of R. Kelly, that attachment is going to be forever be, affiliated with his name. Yes, he was the Pied Piper of R&B, in his lyrics about the seems like you're ready. And, we can take all of that as evidence to know that he had a serious issue. But at the end of the day,
with a number.
Yeah, like all of that. Little Aaliyah, she's got like all of that stuff.
Oh, and I have an issue with that too. Y'all gotta be easy with the Aaliyah articles, because this woman, we know what happened. This woman is deceased. She has a family. She has people. Y'all keep posting articles about Aaliyah. Y'all not honoring her that way. We
Please respect it. Yeah.
Respect the dead. Good gracious. Even with Michael Jackson, I mean, Jamie, you talking about you being an R. Kelly fan. I'm one of the biggest Michael Jackson fans that people know, and he had a similar allegation that he beat, but he beat those. Who knows if there were others that actually happened and he saw out of court.
And Thriller came out today. So do we want, I mean, you know, like,
came out today.
Yeah, like we can't just say, you know, R. Kelly. Let's knock them all down and talk about it all. And if you don't like R. Kelly and his music, then just choose not to, you know, be a part of whatever the movement that he has going on. But whether you like it or not, he's not going anywhere until somebody just puts him out. Because again, his longevity, of music that he has, like, is here to stay. Every genre, every decade pretty much can relate to the music that he's put out, whether it's the Step in the Name of Love or the Seems Like You're Ready or the public announcements, you know, whatever it is, like, he's not going anywhere. So again, I apologize if any of you hate my views, but they are my views and whatever. But it's just one of those things where...
This is the culture. We express
it's just one of those things where you got to understand that as much as you hate him for what happened to him, there's so many other people that we need to talk about as well. You know, we just can't keep attacking him for this issue.
It's all based, and I think I need to make a point too. I'm gonna get you too about your value system, because none of these artists are perfect. If that's the case, I shouldn't be listening to Marvin Gaye. There's a lot of people that we probably shouldn't be listening to who've done something. You beat your wife, you're drinking too much, you're on alcohol, you beat women. There's so much issues, and some of these people, they learn from their mistakes and then they move on and then they make better choices. So it's kind of like we don't know who's making better choices or not. All we know is the music.
Right.
So if your value system is set up to where you just feel, I heard one thing and I believe it and that's it and that's all the evidence I need, that's fine. But you can't convince a million people to think how you think, regardless. Not just R. Kelly, just in general. It's something simple as a Facebook group. Like, I was in another Facebook group and somebody put a post up and people were complaining, why is this post here? What is the meaning for? It's like scrolling past the post. It's like people have a hard time letting other people communicate and think how they want to think. And it's like you have to.
I'm not like you, so my thought and views are different.
Which is also, and that's also the flip side to this whole argument too. For those who are totally anti R. Kelly, hey, voice your opinion. This is me talking. Voice your opinion. That's fine. My issue comes when people start disrespecting one another.
Right.
We are, like, even right now, we are having a healthy conversation and debate about a subject. If people would just continue to have healthy conversations, then everything would be fine. The problem comes when people start disrespecting one another just to get across. That goes for any subject. And right now, I'm going to just throw it out there. Christians, non-Christians, R. Kelly fans, non-R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, anti-Bill Cosby, Trump, no Trump. I mean, it's it doesn't
Black Lives Matter, no Black Lives Matter, right?
But you know what's funny? We touched upon it on the whole parent situation, not the diss anybody, but it's kind of like we would rather hurt somebody that we know to defend somebody that we don't know.
Yeah.
We all don't know R. Kelly like that. Well, Jamie may have met his manager or all that, but we all don't know. We don't know R. Kelly. You would rather diss somebody that you know and try to play them, somebody that you actually have a connection with, to defend somebody that you don't know, or to avenge somebody that you don't know. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy.
Again, my thing is this, though. Even if you decide to do that, because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm a Christian. For those who don't know via this cast, I am a Christian. So if somebody talks about my Lord and Savior, we're going to have some issues. But at the same time, I'm also a Christian who's wise enough to know that certain things I'm not supposed to battle about, or there's a way to do this in a respectful manner. I'm never going to push my views that hard on anybody. Like, I'm just not. And the reason is because of, situations like this. People have a hard time hearing you when you yell. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're yelling or whatever, they can't hear that. They can't hear through your anger. People can't receive those things. So when it comes to all these subjects, just be respectful. Have your view. You can wear a T-shirt, protest, whatever you got to do. Have your view. Just be respectful about it.
And
And
allow
don't call
other
me
people
sheep.
to.
Don't call me sheep. Don't say I'm blind. Don't do none of that. Because I will put you on this show.
Yeah, I mean that's what discussion is for, though. Like that's why you have these types of conversations is to, open or be open to people's opinions, but you can't, denounce what they say, like their words or, what they have to say. Their opinions don't matter. Like we're all here to discuss. That's what the music forum is for. We all have different views. That's why we're all here together. So, definitely make sure you respect what another person is thinking. You may not agree with it, but okay, you agree to disagree and keep it moving.
Because fall back. Because as soon as you say I'm not doing something, I can point to you. Everybody's hypocrites.
Yeah.
Everybody's hypocrites, right? You know what I'm saying? So there's somebody that you support that I'm sure I can pull some things out on them and say they're doing something wrong. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
at the same time, you live and you learn. People have gone through ups and downs. Heck, we've seen. That's the thing about celebrities, like I was saying before, about putting them on pedestals. We have seen their highs, their lows. We've seen almost everything about them. They know nothing of us, but we know
get
everything.
high, then get low.
Right. I mean, we've seen it all. It's a mess. But we've seen it all, and my thing is, you just have to, take things in love and be respectful, and just if you keep that respect part in it, everything else will work out. That's just how I see it.
Absolutely.
I just didn't like the whole because it literally came out of almost nowhere. Like, oh y'all so happy about the Soul Train Awards? He was a pedophile, and I'm like, did something happen last night?
But what bothers me about that is it's not like they didn't know he was. This show is actually edited, cut up, and everything. They filmed this thing weeks ago.
Right.
So
That's what I'm saying.
On the red carpet before she got out there on TV on Saturday or Sunday, whatever day that was.
What did Cisco say? Cisco said, you should have told me this yesterday.
Like before the thing aired, you could have been telling us about R. Kelly. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Social media now is a lot of reaction. Instead of being proactive, people are being reactive.
Yeah.
And doing this finger
There's a lot of talk, finger pointing and talking, and typing with those keys with them heavy hands. Like it's just.
You see people had the glass broke on the phone because they so busy finger pointing, they dropping their phone trying to point their finger at the keyboard. So overall, I want to shout out to all of the award winners. I don't think they televised everything. So
one thing we missed.
Oh sure, go ahead. What's up?
We forgot to talk about Babyface himself.
Oh, I mean, he's great.
Yeah. Just making sure.
I mean, there's nothing wrong about Babyface other than the Tony Rich project. They tried to copy him. Y'all remember the Tony Rich project?
Yes, we remember Tony Rich. I do.
Nobody knows but me. Try to be a baby adult face. So shout out. Okay, video of the year, Uptown Funk. Best gospel artist, Lecrae. Album of the year, The Weeknd. Best hip hop song was All Right with Kendrick. Best R&B female, Jill Scott. Song of the year, Uptown Funk. Uptown Funk was getting a lot of love last night. Okay. The Ashford and Simpson Songwriter Award was Common and John Legend. Add Rhyme Fest to that too. Best dance performance was Salento. Best collab was Amorion, Chris Breezy, and Johnny and Aiko. And best R&B soul was The Weeknd. He won for the best R&B soul singer of the year.
They got that wrong. I'm not
There's a
sure
little
why
silence
that
in
happened.
Who was he against? Who was in the category?
Probably Tyrese. So Tyrese is certified, but he's not certified enough to win the actual award he should have got. That's pretty. See, and we have to have another topic about the whole R&B, what's pop thing. Because I feel like if it was a Caucasian singer that would have sung "Can't Feel My Face," it would be considered a pop song.
Right.
Whereas Adele has "Hello," which is considered pop, but if Jasmine Sullivan sung "Hello," it would be considered R&B song.
So do we associate that with color, like race, versus what we actually know, the different genres? Like
colored music is R&B, white folks music is pop.
And we only have a limited number of passes that we give out a year. So Robin Thicke and Tina Marie, they.
And Justin, they all ate up the passes.
They're taking over R&B, guys. They're taking over R&B. Adele's taking over R&B. Justin Timberlake, Eminem, watch out. They're taking over R&B, guys. Like, we didn't have the Bee Gees, we didn't have Casey and the Sunshine Band, we didn't have Tina Marie. This is a whole new phenomenon, people. Okay, this thing happened before. You know, stop listening to some of these artists, man, that are tweeting from their mansions, telling you to stand up for something so they can have a platform. Some people need something to be against.
Walter, say how it is.
Some people need something to Listen, some people need something to be against so that they can have a platform to speak. Some people need a problem to fix. If there's no problems, they can't fix them. They don't have a voice. So y'all can't be sheep to some of these artists, man. They eat pretty good out here.
Some people need to collect a check. That's what that is. Stop playing.
Tyrese, like, I'm doing this for R&B music and me. Put somebody in these movies, Tyrese. Help some brothers out up here. Do Baby Boy 3. Okay, so I think that's it. I know, again, we've said we had to say, but I think it was a really well done award show. Probably the best of the year representing urban music.
Yes.
Would you guys agree?
They got it right this time. Like, I definitely felt it from beginning to end. So much so that I sat there and was watching the first 15 minutes of it replaying. So I was just like, I'm not ready to go to sleep yet because I want to hear Tyrese perform Shame because he did a hell of a job for that.
He killed that.
I want to see Erykah come out on the hoverboard. I thought that was dope because clearly, earlier this year I tried it and bust my ass.
Oh my God.
So it was dope. Yeah,
I'm actually going to LA. I'm actually going to LA for the Grammys, and so I got a couple of people who want to let me ride the hoverboard down the street. So I'm gonna try to do the whole LA cool thing and be on the hoverboard. You know what I mean?
Please hold somebody's hand. Please hold somebody's hand.
The second time, I'm having to record me. That's the first time. The second time, I'm going to stuff for y'all.
Walter, you know we getting older, so you better have that big stand by. So
stretch before you do it, because that fall to the pavement comes fast. Okay.
I'm a train on the hoverboard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be ice cold. Trust me. So shout out to everybody at BT and Centric. Such a weird thing because I feel like it's like the same whatever. But shout out to them. I'm sure those ratings gonna be through the roof. Way bigger than the hip hop awards. BT.
Right.
So thank you guys for watching. Donita, any last words for our great folks out there?
I just want to say, hope everybody is watching The Wiz on Thursday.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know yet. Well, Mary J is still the wild call.
Mary J is the wild call. Yeah, Mary J is definitely the wild call as well. After seeing a couple commercials, I'm like, she may hit those. She may not do the acting too well. Eveline is a bad character. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I could replace her. Jill Scott playing that part, and Jill would kill it. But
listen, we love Mary J. We don't want to see you dancing down a yellow brick road doing the dance she was doing all year in the video. We don't want to see you doing that dance.
I don't want to.
She's never gonna make it to the Wizard.
I don't want to see her dancing in the factory either, because that's the scene that's shout out to all of them. Can't wait to see The Wiz, and everybody in the group, be ready to talk about it, because I'm gonna bring it.
Absolutely. Jamie, any last words for the people?
Thanks for having me. I really, really enjoyed the Soul Train Awards. So I was excited to talk about this since I missed the R&B episode. But yeah, I don't have any last words. Just make sure you follow me on social media at JAY_MESC. Yes. Please, no bad comments, okay? Yeah, no bad comments.
It's all good.
It will be below.
Oh, yeah, love, peace, and shade.
Send it to her.
Right. Send it to me. So love, peace, and shade from the Soul Train Music Awards.
Right.
Erykah Badu, come back and host.
Yes.
So thank you guys so much again for tuning in. We live shows every week. For more videos, just subscribe to youtube.com/BMOCTV or BMOC.TV. I'm BMOC. Peace.